Hello, my name is Alex. I'm 33 years old. I'm going to talk to you about how BJJ changed my life. So, what motivated me to embark on my BJJ journey? Well, kind of always like grappling. I grew up with an older brother, which is just less than a year older than me, and we always, fight a little bit for fun. I always like to take him to the ground because I was a little bit heavier than him. He was faster than me. Always seems like a natural thing to do, but then the grown-ups say, hey, don't fight, it's bad. So eventually you kind of stop, but it seems like it's a fun thing to do. Just like you always want to climb trees, and they say, hey, don't climb up trees, it's dangerous. But eventually I started climbing for 15 years. And around 29 years old, I got injured, couldn't really climb much anymore. Got a bit depressed, didn't know what to do. And figured I better start a martial art. I had been watching the UFC for a little bit, and I always liked the submission aspect of it. So I decided to try BJJ. I must admit it was kind of hard to enroll. I look around for school, was one nearby, but the first time I go there to get some info, I learned that the BJJ is kind of apart from the school, so I have to go only when the instructor is there because the guy at the front desk didn't know much. So I go for a second time. Every time I was really stressed out to try the class. So I go for the second time, and I want to try a little bit, but I have cargo pants, so I can't roll. So I'm like, damn. So then I buy a gi even before my real class, because I knew I was going to like it. And then I go again, he's like, and the guy at the front desk, oh, you cannot do Jiu Jitsu, the instructor is in vacation. But fortunately, the brown belt that helped me the previous class, he saw me, so I said, no, it's okay, cool, you can join. So then I started the class, and before my first class, I had Salo Ribeiro Jiu Jitsu University, and I studied all the pages about the survival, so I practiced my floor, all the survival posture. So my first few class, I always just try to survive, and I think I did alright with those few techniques, which is I still use today all the time. So yeah, that's it. With who do I train? I train with BJJ Montreal, with Koji Murakami, who's a black belt under Julio Foca Fernandez, the Carlson Gracie team. Try to train at least twice a week. I don't really have a regular schedule. Sometimes I go up to 4 classes, which is, I think, for me, kind of ideal. Our school has like 10 classes a week, so there's a lot of opportunity. I just have to make it work with the real life. But that was BJJ changed my life. A lot of benefits. Like I say, after I stopped climbing, I was looking for something else to do, and try to stay in shape. Not necessarily be the most fit person in the world, but just be in shape and stay active. I still do other things like snowboarding and stuff like that. But I was looking for a new passion, and I found it. I really like the endless techniques in Jiu Jitsu. How you can always improve, always learn something new. Well, like snowboarding, after like a year or two, it's more about tweaking a little bit, but it's not that many techniques. Jiu Jitsu is just endless, and at the same time, you can always go back to those first techniques and just make adjustment that make the whole difference. Just those survival techniques of Stollery Ribeiro. I still look at them now, and I see little details that I did not understand before, and that really amazes me. And yeah, Jiu-Jitsu is great. I really like it. I saw some other people that say that Jiu-Jitsu saved their life, so I'll tell my little story, although it's kind of bogus. But I bought a little property last year with a shack on it, and I was go there every day to work on the land. And one Saturday, I'm gonna go take a class in a different school, so I go there, and the instructors not there, nobody there. I guess they're at the tournament, so I just trained with this old guy that do other martial arts. So yeah, I'm mostly talk. He didn't train much because after 2 minutes he was gassed. But coming out of the class, decided I got a flat tire, so I had to fix the tire, go back to my mom's house. So I go to the shack like 3 hours later than I was supposed to. and I go there, and the door got somebody got broke into the shack. I look, all my tools are there, my brand new chainsaw, all my tools are there. So like, the guy didn't steal anything. So I go by the river, chill a little bit, think about the whole thing. It's no fun to get broken into your place. And then I go back, I want to work on the land, and I was like, oh, I'm missing my machete. I guess he took my machete because he realized I was there, so he was afraid maybe encounter me in the trail back, so he stole my machete. So I guess if I didn't go to Jiu Jitsu class, I might have encountered a guy with the machete. And even though I'm getting decent at Jiu Jitsu, I don't want to find out what happens if I met a guy with a machete. So I guess Jiu Jitsu saved my life, maybe. What would I say to people that hesitate to join? I think they're too old. If you're watching this video, you have at least a slight interest in Jiu-Jitsu. You should just join. Like me, when I was climbing was not, I don't have the best body type for climbing because I'm a heavy guy, big bones. But then with Jiu-Jitsu, it's perfect. You know, I don't have to be the lightest guy. It doesn't matter. I can use my body type. It's perfect. I have good base. I can use my weight. But at the same time, some of my friends that are really good in climbing are long in the, you know, long arms and everything. That's still good for Jiu-Jitsu. I think Jiu-Jitsu is an amazing sport as everybody types work, you know. You can just find your own game depending on your body type. But I know there are some people that have can barely stand up, run with their legs. They can still be on the ground and do Jiu-Jitsu. So it's really for everybody. I started when I was 30, which, you know, you could find it old or young depending on how old you are. But, you know, I was not the youngest. But it still worked for me, even though some of those kids, of course, can go to more class. They go twice a day and they go 100%, and I'm more relaxed. But I know you can start when you're much older too, and it'd be fine. And the excuse, oh, I have to get in shape first, that's a bad excuse, of course. You'll get in shape doing it. You know, you can try and find out. If you live in a big city, there'll be many different schools around your area. So go online, check a little bit what the school looks like, go there. There's a lot of, it can vary. I tried one school in my hometown, Quebec City, that was like a boot camp drill. We did like 100 push-ups as a warm-ups, even before stretching. You ran for like 20 minutes or something. And by the time we had to roll, I was done, and I got sore for like 2 weeks. So for me, it wouldn't be my style. I don't want a boot camp. I want a, you know, nice place where I can just practice the technique and everything. And then some schools are more like with the Gracie lineage, which is really toward self-defense, and some schools are more toward competition. My school is more toward competition, although I don't care much about competition, but it's a great group, so I like it there. But eventually I want to learn more of the self-defense too, which is really interesting. So if you hesitate to join, just try a few classes. Usually most schools give you at least a free class, sometimes a free week. Try different schools if you have the chance to have more than one school. It can change a fair amount. And if you have no schools around, then Gracie Garage, or you know, find a friend who want to try it. And of course, it's nice to have a school because, like, for the survival aspects, if only you and your friend do the technique like Gracie Combatives, you'll learn a lot of stuff. But you won't learn as much how just to survive. Like a brown belt, a black belt, I just go 100%, which is a lot of fun. I think I like the defense part. But yeah, definitely try it. My roadblocks and problems. Well, every year during the fall, I have to work for 3.5 months. I'm on the road and I can't train at all. So every year I just stop everything. I just work like 70 hours a week on the road. Can't do much. So every year I start, not from scratch, but I start over. During those 3 months, I just watch some movies. Usually not instruction movies, but just people rolling. I find it interesting, like Marcelo Garcia. But so yeah, every time I start over. But since I focus mostly on the survival, I don't try to impose my game. So even when I start over, I'm out of shape. But I just protect myself, and I can still roll a fair amount even when I'm totally out of shape. So that's something I have to deal with every year, but it's fine. Oh, by the way, I've been training for 3 years. And another roadblock. A few few years ago, I was in France because my girlfriend moved there, and I joined a school. And after the first class, the instructor is pretty cool. You know, judo guy chokes me with just fist pressure. You know, I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I don't know that. I can learn that. So, and then I helped him actually build a new dojo because I had nothing else better to do. And on my second class, I broke my pinky toe on a freak accident, something totally stupid when I just switched to a reverse kisagatame. I guess my toe got caught in the crack or something. I don't know. Toe roll just flipped and the tear underneath. So I couldn't train for a while there too, which is a bummer because I was so excited to. I found that school and this judo guy, BJJ judo guy. But you know, so I had to take 2 months off or something. But you know, nothing major, I guess. Just little things. Okay, what are my goals in BJJ? So many goals. Eventually, when I move out of this small place, I'd like to open a garage and everything. But I'd like to travel for BJJ more because I always like traveling for climbing. I like to travel for BJJ, but it's not always easy. Like, try to go to one school in Amsterdam, and you have to pay for 10 class. You know, I'm only there for 4 days. But it seems really hard every time I want to. I look online a lot of different rules, and it's not easy. So I don't know if the easiest way is just to find like a chain like Gracie Baja or just Gracie University, but I like to travel for BJJ and learn go to different places, like go to Marcelo Garcia and give my back all the time to everybody just to try to get my better back survival. And you know, black belt, whatever. Of course, it's a goal, but I know it's just the beginning of something else. So that's not a goal. I guess it's just part of the process. Eventually, I'll get there, but I can get there when I'm 50. It doesn't matter. But I like to roll for a long time. I think that's one of the great thing about BJJ is you can do it forever and still improve. Well, when I was climbing, although I met some people that were at their prime still at 50 years old, it's pretty hard and you have to have a lot of dedication. But I think with BJJ, you can always improve, always just stay really active and don't have to go down, you know, the spiral or something. There's a great movie online, you check it out, Renato Paquette with Leo Vera, just an old guy rolling, like he's probably like 65, red belt, rolling against a world champion, you know. I'd like to be able to do that. Just, you're slower, but just apply good pressure, good technique, and yeah, that's definitely my goal, to roll until I'm dead. So thanks for listening to my story, and see you in California one day or another. All right.